Hello, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to go over this controller again and explain it a little bit better. In the previous video, I didn't explain it very well. So this is the opening for the light sensor here. What I did was I took an old CD case and glued it in there for protection. So this is all pretty much airtight. So what we have is it's 120 powered, comes into a breaker here, block, distributes the power to a transformer here, which is 20 volts AC. It also distributes power to a 120 outlet, which I have a 9-volt power supply, which came from an old phone. And I use that to power these two Vegetronic boards that you see down here. So this outlet here, this 5-volt outlet powers their Arduino. Currently the Arduino is running and this is live inside, so I don't want to get too crazy with it. But what the Arduino does is it just looks for a certain amount of darkness, and then it'll turn the system on. And it's programmed so that if you have cloud cover and then all of a sudden it gets sunny, uh, that's not going to trigger it to shut back off again. I have it buffered far enough downward where something like that happening is not going to make it flicker on and off. And the point where it turns back on again is much higher than where it turns off. So there's a buffer there of a certain amount of it's a light sensitivity number that comes up on Arduino. So I programmed it to not turn on until a certain amount of brightness comes back. So that way you don't have the thing flickering as it gets dark on and off. You don't want that. This is the light sensor. It goes through a resistor, so I take a measurement off of here, and it comes back to the Arduino. The Arduino powers this relay board here, and it alternates power from one relay to the next each day. And that what that does is it powers one of the garden beds on the I've got a south watering garden bed, and I've got a north gardening bed, and it just alternates that each day. Prior to reprogramming the controller, I had it where it would just turn on both relays every day, but that had problems. Even though I had the transformer size correctly for the amount of draw, apparently there's more current draw than actually what I had calculated. So what I did was I changed it to where it just powers one unit on each day, and it's been like that for about 4 years now, and I haven't had any problems with it. So the whole thing, it just you can shut this off all winter long. I only had to reload the program once, and that was when I did the programming change. This Arduino board is 9 years old. This board here, and I can shut it off all winter long and then turn it back on. And as long as you see that flashing light, you know the program is working. uh, this again, going to the transformer, it relays power down to these relays here on the Vegetronic board. When the Vegetronic says to water, it'll energize the relay, which energizes the valves out in the valve box out there. And then it'll turn the water on. And then after a certain amount of time, it'll turn them off when it gets wet enough. And it'll continue monitoring that garden bed for moisture content all night long. If it has to turn it on again, it will, but usually once is enough. And then it will usually stay off until the next day. Um, this year, again, it was actually an old phone charger that I took the power supply from. And then I just route uh, power for that comes into the relay boards here, and then so it either turns this one on or it'll turn that one on over here. So you have one of the two will get turned on every other day, and that's pretty much it then. And you can get the drawing and the program at my website, which is thingsprogrammed.blog. thingsprogrammed.blog. And You can download all that for free. There's no charge for anything, and it's free to help all you gardeners out there that want to try and do the same thing. Maybe you'll wire it a little different. I always thought that if I lost these boards, they are about $35 each. I do have a spare, so I'm not going to worry about it for now. But if I had to, I could actually probably wire the sensor directly to the Arduino. They run on 3 volts, so anywhere they'll read from anywhere from 0 to 3 volts, and you can decide where you want the amount of watering to activate. The only thing is I like the board because you have this little switch down here. It's actually a potentiometer, but it's an adjustment for how much moisture you want the sensor to detect and trigger. That's the set point for the trigger to turn it on and off. So if you want it more wet, you turn it to the counterclockwise to the left. If you want it to be a little drier, you would turn it the other way. Or if you want to manually come in here and turn it off, you can turn it to the clockwise position. And actually, it's opposite to that. You turn it counterclockwise to turn it off or make it drier, clockwise to make it more wet. So I had that backwards. So um, again, the links to buying the Arduino and the relays and everything are in the website, and you can go there. If you have any questions, there's an email uh, entry form on the links page of the website, and you can email me with a question, and I can return your answer as soon as I get your email. All right, then that's enough for this, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.